Today we're going to be taking a look at the Knipex Cobras all the way from the 10-inch all the way up to the largest size they have. I'll run you guys through my favorite parts and features about the Knipex Cobras because they are a plier that I absolutely love. They're a game changer. I did used to use channel lock and I switched over from channel lock to this style of plier. So I'll show you guys just what I'm talking about, why it's so good, and tell you guys my experience with it, as well as run you through the sizes and the different variations that they have. Comment down below and let me know what your favorite brand of water pump plier is. And yes, they're called water pump pliers. Here in America, pretty much everybody refers to them as channel locks, or at least where I'm from, they do. It's kind of like people calling all pop cola. So let me know what your favorite brand is. And if you guys love the Knipex Cobras and they're your favorite, go ahead, drop it down in the comments. But let's get to it. All right, first thing is first, we'll go with the OGs. These are the babies that I use all the time. I love these things so much, okay? This is the 10-inch pair with the regular grip on them. Obviously, I have two pairs of these pretty much all the time. You need to have two pairs of whatever you're using because they're gonna be the thing that you use to tighten. And when you tighten, you gotta hold on, especially for connectors. For me, I run a lot of pipe. These are my babies. One thing that I really love is that with the 10-inch pair of these, you can get so much more in the jaws, okay? They obviously open super wide. We'll go ahead and get a tape out. We'll tape it off, you know, just outside of 2 inches there. But you can get so much more in, and the gripping strength on them is insane. There's a couple reasons why. For one, the teeth. The teeth on these are super aggressive, and they will mark up stuff if you're not careful, so be wary of that. However, they're also one directional. You don't want to go the way of this flathead. You want to go this way. Now that comes in handy sometimes. I'll tell you guys why in a second because it's one of the special features, the reasons why I love this so much. But the teeth on this are super strong. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but they'll actually put this on a piece of pipe and you can press down and you don't even have to squeeze. You just have to press on the top because it grips in and it locks in. So that's a super cool thing that these are able to do. Most pliers cannot. The other reason why there's so much gripping strength is because of how thin this head is. On a lot of the pliers here, the channel lock style of pliers, the head is about twice as thick. And if you think about that, that means you're putting the same amount of pressure, but you're putting it at it's a lot smaller of an area of pressure. And so you're actually putting more force down on this small area. It also helps you get into tighter places, stuff like that. They're pretty light too, which is nice. I really like that. But I've had these babies for probably 3-ish years now, maybe almost 4 now, never going back. Never, ever, ever. But they tighten so well, they don't slip at all. It is almost impossible. You will mar the material before you slip. Now, one of the reasons why they're so convenient is because if you guys see this little push button style here, it's my favorite. It is so much quicker and so much easier than doing the tongue and groove style. You press it, you set it, and you forget. Like, you're just done. You don't have to adjust these. You put them in your pouch, you put them in your bag. They're set like this. So if you're running 3/4 pipe all day, you just have to do that. And they're super easy, by the way, to use one-handed. So much more convenient than the actual traditional tongue and groove style. So I really like that about these. Now, the grips are also I'm a fan of these. This is the traditional style, but it's not a traditional dipped handle. It's got a lot more texture to it, and I really like this handle, especially for the Cobras. So I love the insulated handles on all the other pliers, and I have a set of these. These aren't Cobras, these are alligators. These are the traditional tongue and groove, but I got them with a set, and they do look pretty nice. I can't lie. However, I don't need insulated pliers. Not only that, more than that, honestly, it's really the fact that the handles are just so easy to maneuver. They're so small. And I also have a pair of comfort grips somewhere that are missing. You know how that goes, but I don't use them. I really like this style. Like I said, it's not the traditional dipped handle. It's not just plastic. It's got quite a bit more texture in there, which is super useful, and it's super convenient and comfortable. You can see the difference in the size of those handles. It's quite significant. Also, with running pipe, you're actually, since these are single directional, whatever word that is, I know I'm not using the right one, but if you're trying to deburr a piece of pipe, you put it on there on the edge and you go the opposite direction and it'll actually clean off the edge. And then if you just pinch it down a little bit, you push it on the inside and it deburrs the inside of your pipe. I use these. I don't keep a deburring tool with me any longer. I used to keep one on a screwdriver, and now there's just no need. I have these with me because I'm running pipe. So I just use these to also take off and deburr that pipe whenever I cut or thread anything. So that is super cool. It's a super easy feature. And then obviously you can carry the smaller ones. The 10-inch are like my goldens. They're like the best spot for me. But they also have a 12-inch. And then from there, they have these babies. So all the same features of what you would get with the smaller set, but they are much, much larger. This is the 16-inch pair. They are quite a bit heavier than the 10-inch pair, not just because of the size, but that jaw thickness. It does get quite a bit thicker there. It's still got the same push button mechanism, which is such a game changer. I'm telling you guys, especially when you're working with large pipe, the last thing you want to do, or any pipe, when you have your hands in the air, is have your pliers slip out of the joint that you've had them in and go to a completely different size. It's so frustrating and so annoying, especially if you're working in a lift and you're working over your head. It is so frustrating to have your pliers slip. But these right here are massive. These things are behemoths of a plier, but they work fantastic and you can get quite a bit in these jaws. So we'll go ahead and get our tape out again. Let me show you guys this. So just past 3.5 inches of opening right there. You can open it as well and get a little bit, there's a little bit of play there, but that's not what you want to be doing when you're working constantly with a different size. You want to, have it fit comfortably. But there is the King Cobra right here. This baby, these things are so massive. They are obviously heavy anytime you're working. This is a 22-inch plier, okay? This is what you would use for like 4-inch rigid, anything like that, any big pipe, big nuts and bolts, that type of thing. Very, very industrial. The finish on these is fantastic. The button, I mean, look at the size of that button. That thing is huge. And the thickness here of these jaws, they really clamp down. So they clamp down on just about anything. And if you get in a fight, these are the pair of channel locks. These are the pair of water pump pliers that I would want if I were to get into a street brawl. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't even know that I would want to swing these. Anyway, they fit up to 4.5 inch in these jaws. That's what they are rated for. So we'll go ahead and put them down and test them out. You guys can see here, that is quite a bit of range. You're looking at the 10-inch pair here, and you can almost fit them inside. If I had my 7.5-inch pair, which I have somewhere, and I saw them preparing for this video, and then I didn't see them any longer. So that's a sad day for me, but this is a mean set of pliers. They really grip pipe, they grip nuts and bolts, they grip everything so well. It's crazy to me. I can't see myself ever using another style of water pump plier other than this right here. I do have some other brands that I've tried. These are my favorite. They're the slimmest, the most maneuverable, and they're just available. The performance on them is fantastic. It's unlike any other. The only handle that we didn't cover was their comfort grip, but it's similar to their insulated set, but it's blue and red. It's not technically rated for 1,000 volts, but it's a very similar design. I really like this set here. They're incredibly easy to work with, easy to maneuver. It's so much better than the dipped handles. I don't care for that plastic dipped style of handle. I do love these though. These have been fantastic for me for running everything from 3/4 up all the way up to 4-inch rigid. It's been great, and I definitely suggest that you check out this style of plier. It's worth what you pay for in order to have it, and you buy once, cry once. When it comes to the stuff that you use every day, you're going to want to spend money on it because it makes your life easier. $20 here, $30 there. That might seem like a huge deal now, but once you start using them every day and you realize how much better the performance is, you really begin to understand, oh, this is a quality tool. It's great. It works so well. I just checked out some other tools from Vessel. You guys, if you haven't seen that yet, go ahead, head up to this video and check it out. But remember, it's all for His glory, and I'll see you guys on the next one.